Would you consider fostering a child in your home? Stay tuned to learn more about Montgomery County's foster care program. Abused or neglected children unable to remain safely in their homes are provided temporary placement services through Montgomery County's foster care program. Operated by Child Welfare Services through the Department of Health and Human Services, the foster program is seeking more host families.
It's about the most important role I can think of, to be a foster mom or a foster dad, to step in where other parents either are not alive or not competent. And so we just appreciate that role so very much, and the county tries in every way we can to encourage more responsible adults to step up to this role and to welcome a young person into your home. The parents who I know, the foster parents, find this role so rewarding. It's one of the most important missions that we can fulfill in terms of really reaching out and helping another person.
So our foster care program has about 400 youth in it. These are children that are removed because there are safety issues in the home, and no matter what type of planning we've done, we just can't keep those children in their home. So foster parents become the placement where these children might go. The children are from 0 to 18. We ask the foster parents to really become the parents while we work with the biological parents on whatever issues it is that brought these children into care. So foster parents have a really large responsibility in the care and the supervision of these youth for a period of time. It could be 1 month, 3 months, and some of them take longer, 2 years or 3 years. It really depends on the child's situation.
We made the decision in 2009 that we were going to become foster parents, and got licensed in May of 2010 after going through our training. Since then, how many kids have been through our hame, I'd say it's about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I have to look back and think through the list in my mind. There was Zachary and Cam, Evan, Khalil and Kamari. So yeah, it's about 9 or 10.
9 or 10 kids, yeah.
But,
yeah.
And obviously some longer term than others. And now we're in the process of adopting the twins, who have been with us for 3 years.
Well, we've been doing this since 2004, and why we started, because we adopt a child from the system and we become adoptive foster parents, and after that we went for regular, and we saw the need of the kids. They need a home, they need a place, and we said we have a home. We can do it, and we went from there.
I mean, I know we've affected at least 35 lives so far. My wife's got this nice little bracelet that shows every single life we've affected. And they come and they go, but we've affected them in one way or another.
So we do outreach to anyone who might be interested. We do orientation sessions here at the building, and we have social workers that are home finding social workers. So those are social workers assigned to the foster parent to help them through the process. So there's a paperwork process, there's a training process, there's a home inspection process that we want people who are interested to really understand what it's like to be a foster parent, to get the appropriate training before they are licensed to take a child into their home.
What are the eligibility requirements to become a foster parent? Besides wanting to care for children and families, you must be 21 years of age or older, own or rent your own home or apartment, be in good physical and mental health, be able to meet your family's financial obligations, submit to a housing inspection, and pass a criminal background check. Montgomery County Child Welfare Services also provides a monthly payment for the foster child's expenses, medical, dental, prescription drug, and mental health coverage, child care assistance, and casework services to the child.
So there are times where foster parents come with every good intention to be a foster parent, and when they see what's required or the length of commitment, they might not think that's really what they were looking for. So there are opportunities if they decide they want to mentor, or they may want to adopt a family for the holidays for us. We would connect them with the appropriate task of what they're wanting to do. So whether it might not always be within child welfare, but there would be agencies that work with our families that might be a really good opportunity for them to be involved.
There are many support programs, including Montgomery County Public Schools, the county's court system, the Montgomery County Foster Parent Association, CASA Montgomery, the Family Services Agency, the YMCA, and organizations like Comfort Cases that provide backpacks with clothing and other essential items to kids.
It's been a great experience in being able to help the kids, but it's also challenging. Challenging in the sense there's a lot to go with it. There's a lot goes on, but but they make it worth it. So
I always say to people that if you can remember why you're doing the foster care, which is for the kids and not because of the bureaucracy that goes along with it. If you can look at the bigger picture, which is that you're helping these children, then if you can keep that eye on that prize, then you'll be okay. But if you get bogged up in the bureaucratic aspect of things, dealing with the social workers, the doctors, the schools, and everything else, it can be draining. But at the end of the day, you're making a difference in someone's life.
You have the satisfactions of being able to help the kids. You have the difficulty because you are dealing with kids that somehow they've been mistreated, they went through bad experience, they've been traumatized, but at the end they are kids, and if you are able to give them, the love, the security, the home, the environment, especially of a home, of a family, you can work with them, and they will respond to you.
So before coming here, I'd been in 5 or 6 foster homes. It started out with my little brother going into foster care, and then we were separate at that time, and we were both in separate foster homes. And then the system brought us both together, so we had gone through about 4 foster homes.
As far as I can remember, my mom really wasn't there. I remember seeing her in the house sometimes, but most of the time it was just me, my sister, and my brother. And there was no order in the house. There was no rules. There was no nothing. We used to just go outside whenever it was dangerous, and we didn't know what rules were. And that's not healthy for a child.
Every child needs to know that they're special, and that's the biggest thing that most of foster children need and seek, that they are wanted and they are special. And my parents have done that for over 30 children that they've helped, and it's a really good thing.
Being a foster parent is really taking the kid in and treating them as your own, bringing them into the family as equally as you would bring your biological kids in, and loving them the same way.
It's not about us. If you're going to want to do something like that, if it's in your heart to help the kids because they need the help. But it's going to be up and down, but it's just do it because they need us. They need our help. They need a place. And it's just somehow you're helping the kids, but at the same time, they also help you to be a better human being.
One of the things about these foster families that we've come in contact with and interact with is they all have the same goal. They just want to help. They want to help these kids, and they want to help them survive and thrive and make it through whatever their difficult time is that they're going through. Because for many of them, it is a difficult time.
If reunification is not possible, social workers explore other permanent living arrangements for the children, including adoption. Here's Susan Kennedy with a report on the most recent Adoption Day event.
Every year, the Saturday before Thanksgiving is National Adoption Day. This day raises awareness of the more than 100,000 children who are in foster care waiting for permanent, loving families. Here in Montgomery County, 11 adoptions were finalized on National Adoption Day. The bottom line here, The dreams of these families and children have come true. It's a big day for the Perez family. After more than 2 years, their foster son Dennis is now officially a member of their family.
For the adoption of the minor child, it is thereupon this 18th day of November 2016, be and hereby is declared to be the legally adopted child of Hector Perez and Nelis Perez.
Dennis came to the Perez home when he was 3 months old, and they immediately fell in love with the boy with the soft brown eyes. There was no question in their minds that he belonged with them.
We have the baby Dennis for like 2 years. Everybody of my family love him a lot because we have him since he was 3 months old. That way, I say it's so hard to him to let it go. It's better to stay with us.
His older sister Delmy said having a little brother had always been her dream.
I think it's great. I mean, we had him for 3 months. I fell in love with him. He's a big part of the family. I'm the youngest. I always wanted a little sibling, so now I get to enjoy him.
Adoption of Cordell P.
The Perezes and 10 other families finalized the adoptions of their children as part of Montgomery County's celebration for National Adoption Day. The celebratory mood could be felt in the courtroom. Judges donned crowns and tiaras, and the adoption fairy even made an appearance.
You are truly the unsung heroes of this community. You made a decision to open up your lives and make a better world for someone that otherwise wouldn't have had that opportunity. It's a tremendous commitment and expense, and it's all driven by love.
It's the happiest day of the year around the courthouse. There are very few things that judges get to do, and adoption are one of those great things that we can do here.
In Montgomery County, there are close to 400 children in the foster care system. Birth parents have 18 to 22 months to work on getting their children back, but if they are unsuccessful, the child's status changes.
If that failed, then we would go to court and we would ask for the court to change the child's permanency plan, which is, like an outline of how we work with the kids. We'd ask them to change it to adoption. But before we do that, we always make sure that we try to have an adoption resource. So it's adoption to a non-relative, which would be like a foster parent, or adoption with a relative. So it's a long process.
Stephanie Labatant agrees. Little Cordell is the second child she has adopted.
It can tug at you emotionally. You're attached to a child from the very first hour that they're in their house.
The subject of this proceeding, born March 4th, 2014, in Silver Spring, Montgomery County, Maryland, be and hereby is declared to be the legally...
The judges took Cordell in their lap as they made his adoption official, as tears streamed down the cheeks of both Stephanie and Samuel Labatant.
That the name of said minor child be and it hereby is changed to Cordell Philippe Labatant.
For too many years, I thought I wasn't going to have any kids. And to know that I now have a boy and a girl, it's just, it doesn't hurt. My heart is really full. It's over full right now.
Just to know that it's actually official. He's taking our name. He's already got our hearts. I mean, he's been with us for a long time. So it just makes it more real now that we've gone through this ceremony.
To find out more about becoming a foster parent, consult the website or call 240-777-1664. Informational meetings are held once a month in Rockville.